Greetings from Bermuda, this is BDA Limey, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to play Circadian dice. So the game can be thought of as a dice building roguelite game. So to do a run in Circadian dice, you choose one of these scenarios from over on the left hand side of the screen here. You pick one of the characters from the right hand side of the screen. You equip them with one or more relics from this grid here, and then you send them off to try and defeat waves of enemies by rolling your dice. The progression between runs is governed by these stars, and you get stars by defeating the scenarios by scoring a certain number of points. And with the stars, you can unlock additional scenarios, you can unlock new characters, and you can also unlock, by completing certain objectives, additional relics as well. At the start of the game, we just have two scenarios unlocked, the tutorial scenario and the first main scenario, the bandit raid, and one of the characters, the cleric. And so to give you an idea how the game's played, we are going to jump in and do a run with him. So the object of each scenario is to make your way to the end of a certain number of waves of enemies and defeat the boss at the end. Each wave has to be defeated in a certain number of turns, which are displayed here. And each wave of enemies consists of a series of cards arranged in this row here. Each enemy has an attack score and a number of hit points. And once we have defeated all of these enemies, we will move on to the next wave. At any point, we can lose the scenario if our hit points down here are reduced to 0, or if our fear gauge here reaches 10. Obviously, we take damage and lose hit points when the enemies hit us. So if an enemy with an attack of 1 hits us, we will lose 1 hit point. And we will gain fear if we don't manage to defeat all of the enemies by the time the turn counter runs out. In which case the enemies escape and we gain fear equal to their attack score. So to fight the enemies, we have a couple of tools at our disposal. First is our dice. And we start the game with 2 dice, which are displayed down here. This is our first dice, and this is our second dice. These are 6-sided dice, and the grid here shows us what each side of the dice does when we roll it. And I'll explain these symbols a bit more in a minute. In addition to our dice, we also have a number of abilities, which are shown over on the right side of the screen here. And each ability has a certain number of charges, so we can only use it a certain number of times, and they cost gems to use them. And those can be white gems, red gems, or blue gems. Okay, so each turn we will roll our dice up to 3 times in order to try and get the symbols on them that we want to attack the enemies. So here you can see we've rolled a basic attack, and a gold. And after we roll the dice, we have a choice. We can either keep those dice and use them, or we can re-roll them and try and get something better. So if we re-roll these, we get a heart and a shield. That would heal us for 2 and protect us from 1 point of damage. If we don't like that, we can re-roll again. And this time we got a heart and a gold. And we are now out of re-rolls, so we have to keep these dice. So, what do the symbols do? Well, the sword is basic attack, and if we keep that, we can use it to hit the enemy for 1 point of damage. The shield will protect us from incoming damage, and every shield will protect us from 1 point of damage from every enemy. So if they were attacking us for 1 and we had 1 shield, we would take no damage. The hearts here are heals, so we will, if we keep this, we will heal 2 health. Currently we're at max health, so we don't need to do that. Also, the gold here will add to our supply of gold, which is over here. And that is the main way that we are going to improve our dice as we go through the game. I'll explain that in a second. In addition, there are dice faces that give us gems. So this one gives us blue gems that we could use to power our abilities over here. And there are various other symbols as well that will appear during the course of the game, and I'll explain those as and when we get to them. So we have to keep this. That was all 3 rolls. So we gain 1 gold and 2 health, but we can't go above our maximum health. Okay, so our gold we can use to buy new faces for our dice in the shop. And the shop sells dice faces as pairs. And if you buy a pair of dice faces, you can put them anywhere you like over any 2 faces in your dice. And you can also rotate them to place them vertically over 2 faces if you wish. The cost of the upgrade is shown to the left of the dice faces here, and we only have a limited amount of time to buy them. They will shift down 1 position at the end of every turn. So for example, one thing we might want to do is take this dice face here and put it over this dice face here, and then we will be replacing a single coin with 2 coins and a shield, and a single attack with an attack and a shield. So that's a pretty straightforward upgrade right there. Whenever we spend gold in the shop, we get a number of experience points equal to the amount of gold that we spend, and that increases our experience bar here. When this reaches the maximum, then we level up. So we start at level 1, we'll go up to level 2, then 3, and then 4. At level 3 we get our 3rd dice, and at level 5 we will get our 4th dice. So once we have kept our dice and used them, we will then click the next turn button and the enemies will attack us. So the enemies take it in turns, and they each do their attack score to us as damage. So you can see here we've taken 3 hit points of damage. Okay, so now we have 4 turns left to defeat all of these enemies. So in this case I'm going to keep my first roll here, and I'm going to drag this attack onto the enemy that I want to attack. This is 1 attack, he has 1 hit point, so that kills him. Click next turn, the enemy's attack us back, and again we can choose what we want to do. So early in the game it's a choice between, do you want to try and kill the enemies quickly, or do you want to try and build up gold so you can buy up better faces in the shop. So there's a push your luck mechanic in how many times you want to re-roll to try and get the faces that you really want. We're going to try and kill these guys because there's a reasonable chance we could roll 2 swords here. We did not. So we'll keep that. 1 white gem, 1 blue gem. And that has given us the ability to use both of our abilities. So each character has its own set of abilities. In the case of the cleric, he has shield bash, where shield symbols on dice also count as 2 attack symbols this turn. And Holy Light, so for 2 white gems we can increase our maximum health by 2 and gain 7 health. We don't want to do either of those now because we don't have any shields, and our health is kind of okay. So we'll just click the next turn button. The goblin soldiers attack us again. So we've now got 2 turns remaining to defeat them. So I'm going to keep this because that lets me kill one of them. It gets us 2 gold. And this shield here will prevent us from taking any damage from his attack. And then the last turn, we really want to try and kill this guy. And well, okay, so we didn't get any attack symbols. We have to keep that because that's our final roll. But here we can use our shield bash ability. We have 2 blue gems, it only needs 1. And now this shield counts as 2 attack. And so we can use that, bash the soldier and kill him. At the end of every wave, you get to choose a reward. So in this case, we can choose to gain a white gem and 2 blue gems, 2 gold, or we can gain a streak and score some points. The more points that we get, the more stars that we will get at the end of the scenario if we make it all the way to the end. Our current score and our current star rating is shown up here. If we are trying to get 5 stars, we really want to take this points pretty much every time. And so what this does is it gains us 1 streak. Currently our streak is 0, and we get 20 points. And the number of points that you get comes from your streak, plus how many turns were remaining when you defeated the final enemy in the wave. So we had 1 turn left. Our streak will be 1 after we gain 1 here. And so that gives us 20 points. And you can see now our streak is shown up here. So we gained experience points there as well, which put us up to level 2. Which now lets us choose a new ability to add to Shield Bash and Holy Light. So you have a choice of Aspects of Healing, add 2 heart symbols to the target non-trap die face for a cost of 1 white gem. Or Bargain, 1 blue gem will reduce the cost of each upgrade in the shop by 1. I'm going to take Aspects of Healing, and I'm going to use that right now. I think I'm going to add it to this dice face here, which is already a pretty good dice face. So I'm probably not going to want to replace it. And I'll keep that for when we get another good dice face. Okay, so now we're on wave 2. We have 5 turns to defeat these. We have another Goblin Soldier. This time we have a Goblin Archer. So he has higher health, and his attack is piercing. Which means even if we have any shield, it won't stop this attack. It will still damage us. He also has a little chest symbol up in the top right corner. That indicates that when we kill him, he will drop a chest. And chests can be opened either with keys, or you can bash them open with damage in the usual way. And that will give us money and points. So if we can get that chest, we want to do that as well. So I am going to reroll that, try and get some more attacks. There we go, 2 attacks. So that's pretty good. So we'll keep that, and we'll do 2 damage on this guy. And a sword and a shield. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to use the sword to do 1 damage, which kills him. And then the treasure chest appears. So if we kill the Goblin Soldier before we open the treasure chest, then too bad, that's the end of the wave, and we will lose access to the treasure chest. So if we want this, we have to defeat it before the Goblin Soldier. I'm going to use Shield Bash here again to do 2 points of damage to it. Takes it down to 1. Obviously the treasure chests don't attack us. And we can't use Shield Bash again because we don't have any blue gems, so this isn't going to help us get it open. But I'm going to keep that anyway for the gold and the heals, and I'm going to use this to bash it. So you can see we got some gold from that, and now we can afford some more interesting looking faces in the shop. So this one at the top here is a piercing attack. So this works kind of like a sword, or 2 swords, except that if any of the enemies have shield themselves, this goes straight through it. So just like this archer had piercing attack and would ignore our shield, if we take this dice face and we roll this, then we do 2 damage to the enemy and we ignore any shield he has. Red X here makes this dice face unrollable. So what it effectively does is it turns a D6 into a D5. So if we have a dice that's got some really good faces on it that we want to increase our probability of rolling, we can take that, and that will increase the probability that we roll them. So I think what I'm going to do here is I am going to take that and I'm going to put it over. I'm going to put it over here because we've already got more gold and more hearts on this dice face over here. So I would rather that we increase our chances of getting 2 damage. We could shield bash this guy. We've only got 8 charges left, so I'm going to wait and see whether we roll a attack. And there we go, we rolled our new piercing attack. Then we can keep that and kill him like that. Again, at the end of the wave, we get a choice of 3 rewards. Once we gain a streak, our streak will be up to 2. We're 2 turns left when we defeated all the enemies. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 times 10 is 40 points. And so because I'm going to try and get 5 stars, I'm going to take that. Okay, this is pretty good. This gives us 2 shield defense and 1 attack. We have the blue gems for shield bash as well. So what we can do is we can keep that. We can use shield bash, which does the 2 damage from the shield plus the 1 damage from the sword, and that kills him. We can kill one of the goblin soldiers as well. And then they attack us, but they don't do any damage because we had 2 shield, and they only have 1 attack each. Like to try and get, yes, perfect, 2 swords. That will let us kill both of them. Once again, choices of rewards, 6 experience points, a new ability, or gain a streak and score points. And you can see as long as we end every wave without letting any enemies escape, we will maintain our streak, and our streak will keep increasing. If at any point we fail to defeat all of the enemies in the wave within the time limit, then we lose our streak and we will not get this option at the end of the wave. We have it, so I'm going to continue with that. Okay, now I've got a goblin soldier again, a goblin archer again, and a goblin wizard. Attack for 2, 4 hit points, but he's also got a 25% chance to attack itself. So if we're lucky, maybe he'll kill himself. I am going to... how are we doing for blue gems? We've only got 1. We need that to power our shield bash, so I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to hit him for 1. And I'm going to use shield bash on him. Do 2 damage to him. And then we'll let them attack us. Let's re-roll, try and get some better attack. Let's re-roll one more time. Okay. 1 attack and a white gem. That's not bad. We've still got a charge of aspect of healing. 1 charge of aspect of healing left. So I'm going to use one of our white gems to add 2 heart symbols to this face. And then I'm going to use this to... actually, I'm going to kill him, I think. Okay, so now we've got enough experience points to get to level 3. So we've earned our 3rd dice, which is going to make our life much easier. I am going to re-roll that. I'd like some bigger attack. Okay, we'll keep that. We'll do 2 damage to him. We'll do 1 damage and get the chest. And then we'll use shield bash to bash him and finish him off. Okay, again, choice of 3 rewards at the end. Because we didn't let anybody escape, we still have the option of increasing our streak and getting more points. So we'll take that. Now it's 241 points, which is enough for 3 stars. We will get 4 stars once we reach 300 points. Okay, so another new dice face that we haven't seen before is this one, which is the trap. So the traps let us capture enemies inside the dice. And the reason you might want to do that is each enemy, when you capture it, will either do something when it is captured, or it will give you some benefit while it is captured. There are also these symbols, the fangs, and the fangs work like swords, except instead of the attack strength being 1, the attack strength will be whatever the attack is of whatever creature you have captured in that dice. So if we were to capture the goblin wizard in this dice, and then we subsequently roll a fang, that fang will be an attack 2 because the goblin wizard has an attack of 2. And so all of the enemies have different benefits. The goblin soldiers, while he's captured, we get a 50% chance to add a temporary attack to the rolled face while keeping this dice. So that's pretty good. This one, when we capture it, it gains a charge for all of our abilities, but there's no ongoing benefit. So let's... and the probability of capturing an enemy is equal to 100% minus 10% for every hit point that they have. So this guy, you can see, oh, actually, by picking it up and dragging it, I chose to keep it. That's fine. So you can see this guy, we have a 90% chance of capturing because he's only got 1 hit point. This guy, we only have a 60% chance of capturing because he's got 4 hit points. So I'm going to capture the goblin soldier, I think. Because I like the idea of having a temporary attack when we keep this dice. Now, the other thing you'll notice is when you capture an enemy, the trap symbol disappears from the dice face. So we've now got a blank dice face that's not going to do anything. So we really are going to want to buy an upgrade from the shop and put it over that. so that we can make this dice face useful again. But in the meantime, we're just going to kill this goblin soldier, and we'll let them attack. I know this says 25% chance to attack itself, but so far they've all been attacking me. Okay, well that's fine. If we keep this, we'll get 2 gold, which will give us enough money to buy... well, we could buy this upgrade here. Or we could buy this upgrade here, which is pretty nice. That will go well in this spot. So yeah, let's do that. Let's hit him. Let's buy this upgrade and we'll rotate it around and we'll put it over these bottom 2. So we're changing a blank face into 2 attacks. And that little blood droplet is life steal. So that means if we damage for 2, we will gain 2 health. And then we're replacing the blue gem with a blue gem, a white gem, and an attack. And 5 XP because we spent 5 gold. I've got 1 shield, which is not bad. I've got 4 turns left to defeat them. I've only got 1 blue gem though, so I'm not going to use shield bash right now. But they don't do any, or they did less damage to me. I'll keep that. 1, 2, 3, and we kill him. And I'll keep that. Okay, so you saw there the goblin soldier adds 1 temporary attack to this face. So we now have more than enough attack to kill the wizard. 2 there, 2 there, and we've actually had 1 left over. And we will keep increasing our streak, so we're now up to a streak of 5. Okay, so we're now on the final wave. We've got 7 turns to defeat it, and this is the boss enemy here. Most of the boss enemies have some kind of special ability. In this case, he has given other enemies +1 attack. So the goblin soldier that previously attacked us for 1 is now attacking us for 2. He's also got a shield, so that reduces any damage we do to him by 1. And it basically means that these 1 attack symbols will not do any damage to him at all. Which is a slight problem. So what are we going to do here? Let's keep this. The goblin soldier added 1 attack, which is pretty nice. Given we've got 2 attack, let's use it to attack the boss. Because the quicker we kill him, the less damage we're going to take from everybody else. Given we can kill him with 1, we'll do that. Again, I'm not going to use shield bash because we don't have another blue gem. I'm gonna hold on to that until we roll more shields. Down to 15 health. Okay. 1 shield, 2 attack with lifesteal. So that will get through his 1 shield. Let's keep that and do that. And we're going to shield bash as well, actually, because that will finish him off. And then that reduces the attack of everybody else. So we still have to defeat all of the other enemies in the wave, in addition to the boss. Okay, he actually attacked himself this time, which is good. Saved us the trouble. We will keep that, because that's a pretty good roll as well. The 2 attack here will finish him off. And we are experience increased to level 3. Sorry, it's level 4. And so our maximum health increased by 3 at level 4. If we get our experience points to 30, that will be level 5 and we'll get our 4th dice. But I don't think we're going to manage that by the end of this scenario. So we've still got 3 attack to use. So let's kill the goblin archer. And we now got 3 treasure chests we can open. And we've just got to kill the troll brute. Let's save shield bash. Okay, 4 turns left. I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to use 2 attacks to bash open that treasure chest. I'm going to shield bash now, I think. I'm going to bash... let's bash him so we get him down to 1 hit point. So if we do want to kill him quickly, we can do that. I'm not going to buy anything from the shop because my dice are good enough. and the more money we have left over at the end, the more points we'll get. You get 10 points for every gold that is left unspent at the end of the game. Another thing to point out about the shop, which I didn't mention, is that if you don't like the dice faces that you're offered, you can click this button to restock. The first restock is free, and then subsequent restocks will cost you gold. Let's re-roll that. Try and get some more attack or more shields. Okay, 3 attack, that's pretty good. We'll keep that. Oh, he's added an attack as well, which is even better. So we can bash open that chest. We can hit that one for 1. Gonna try and get all of these chests before the end of the scenario. 2 turns left. Keep that. Again, he's added a symbol, so 2 damage there, 1 there. Get some more gold, more points. And the last attack we can use to kill the troll brute. And that is it. We defeated the final wave with 2 turns left. So the only option this time is to get the points from our streak. And then it shows us our final score and star rating. So we got 45 points from defeating enemies, 55 points from opening chests, 350 points from the score bonuses that we took at the end of each wave. And we had 9 gold left, which is an additional 90 points, for a total score of 540. And 500 was what we needed for 5 stars. We have unlocked a new scenario by beating that, and we've also unlocked a new relic. So the relics are items that you can equip on a particular run. You start the game with the heart pendant, which is what we were using there. It increases our starting health by 4, and heart symbols on dice restore 2 health instead of 1. This relic here, we could equip that instead if we wanted to, and that would give us 1 gold at the end of each wave instead. So as you get onto the harder scenarios, you'll be able to take multiple relics. So on the vampire nest we could take 2, and as we go and defeat the scenarios and reach various other goals, we will unlock other relics as well, which will help us in subsequent runs. And there you go, that is how to play Circadian Dice. So the game is currently available on itch.io for pay what you want. So if you want to give it a go, see whether it's your thing, you can do that for free if you wish. But if you like it, I really encourage you to support the devs by giving them some money. I think this is a fantastic game. We've only scratched the surface here of what's on offer in the game. As you progress further through it, you unlock different dice face types, different upgrades. There is a day-night cycle, which can affect how your dice work as well. All kinds of different stuff, and it's a really fun game to play. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave a like below. And until next time, this is BDA Limey signing out. Bye for now.